Hey all, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the pose library both for the Woodplank rig and for the BPS rig version 4. If you want to learn how to create your own pose library, then I have a tutorial linked in the description, but in this video I'm going to show you how to use my own pose library, which I spent a lot of hours on, so you can actually get it and save a lot of time for your animations as well. You can get a free version which has around 20 poses, and you can get a paid version which has around 130 poses, and it costs $5 as a one-time payment. So if you get it, you will be saving a lot of time, and also you will be supporting this channel as well. So first very important thing you should keep in mind is as soon as you download the libraries, you're going to get these folders right here, which you need to unzip. So you're going to get this library with all the text files right here and right here. This is for the Woodplank rig and this is for the BPS rig right here. So first thing I recommend you do is create a folder to stay organized. So I'm going to create this pose library folder. I'm going to go inside this and I'm going to drag and drop the zip file which I downloaded. So I'm going to drag and drop the Woodplank rig right here. I'm going to right click and then click on extract all, and let's extract this right here. You can use 7-zip or WinRAR to easily unzip your files. Now I'm going to go inside the folder and I'm going to see everything that I just showed you right here with the text files and with the Blender file. The text files should be in the exact same folder as the Blender file so that the asset library works properly later on. I'm also going to drag and drop the zip file for the BPS right here. I'm going to right click, click on extract all, and then extract it right here. And once you have them, you can take the zip files and delete them if you want to, so that we stay clean and organized like so. And now as soon as the folder is ready, you can actually collapse this and open up a new Blender file. So I'm going to click here, make this splash screen disappear, select everything, delete everything, and then import a rig which you're going to use. So you either can use the Woodplank rig or the BPS rig. I'm just going to pin my Woodplank rig, which is actually free and you can get it on my website, which was made by End of Tenure 007. It's a very easy to use and powerful rig with a lot of customization. Now I'm going to go to the shading, make sure I have the texture enabled, turn off outline specular lighting, go to flat shading. Now what we want to do is, if you want to see our pose assets in action, first make sure to expand this and then click here and it switches to asset browser like so. And for you this might look different if you don't have any assets installed, but don't worry about it. In order to install the asset libraries which we just downloaded, we can go to edit, preferences, go to file paths right here at the bottom, then click on this plus icon and make sure you locate the folder where you saved your asset libraries in. So I'm going to click here. Now I'm going to go to my pose library folder where I saved our pose libraries in, and I can install either the BPS or the Woodplank. For this case, I'm going to use the Woodplank rig as a demonstration. So I'm going to double click on this and then click on add asset library. And now it's going to be imported right here. Now I have the name and then 001 next to it because I already have this library installed, but for you this might not be the case. And a very important thing I want you to pay attention is the import method. By default, this is going to be set to pack, but I recommend you change this from pack to append, because it's going to make life a lot easier later on. Now, if you have this set to pack, you can actually still use it, no worries, but I recommend to set this to append because a lot of people find a lot of issues with the pack. So again, append. Now click on this hamburger menu, click on save the preferences, but if you have autosave enabled, then you should be fine. Now I'm going to close this. Now if you want to access our pose library, we can actually click here on all libraries and then access the one which we just added, which is the Woodplank rig pose library 001. So let's click here. And we can see all the poses which we just installed. Now I'm going to show you how you can navigate through it and then how you can use it pretty easily. So I'm going to expand the pose library. And first thing you're going to notice is everything is pretty neatly organized. So I have poses for the body and I have the subcatalogs for the body as well. So if I expand, we have default poses, combat and reaction, expressions and interactions, and then movement and parkour, which is like movement and traversal type of poses. Then we have face. So if I expand face, we have expressions, facial expressions, and then we have phonemes, which are basically the poses for lip syncing your character, and you can double click on them and then keyframe them and easily animate your characters like so. Then we can go to fingers, and then the main difference between the BPS rig and the Woodplank rig is that the BPS rig doesn't have any fingers, so you're not going to see the section for the BPS one. But if you get the Woodplank rig, you can see the poses set up for some of the fingers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have call, we have the peace sign, rock sign, and we have all bunch of different signs which you can use in your animations, and I'm going to show you how you can enable fingers and then use them. By default, you're not going to be able to use them because the fingers are not enabled. Then you can go to the thumbnail poses, and these are basically poses for you to create thumbnails pretty easily, and I'm going to show you why it's useful later on as well. And the last section is for the rig. So if you have the Woodplank rig, you're going to see the Woodplank. If you have the BPS asset library installed, at the bottom you're going to see the BPS asset library. So that's pretty much it for the Woodplank rig. Now I'm going to show you the BPS rig. I'm going to go to edit, preferences, do the same thing, basically go to file paths, click on this plus button, and then instead of the Woodplank rig, let's get the BPS rig. So double click on this, add asset library, and now it will be added. So I'm going to close this, or make sure to save this just in case. Close, and then scroll up, and it switches from Woodplank to BPS rig like this. Now if I go here, you can see we have the same, pretty much the same order: body, default, combat, expressions, movement. We have face, expressions, and lip sync. And then we also have standard poses. And like I told you, the fingers are missing because the BPS rig doesn't have any fingers. And if I click on rig BPS, you can see we have the rig. But if I drag and drop this, we might have some issues because as I told you, you have to set the import method to append. So I'm going to go to edit, preferences, click on this BPS rig, click on pack, and then switch this to append. Now, what I mean is that if I want to import the BPS rig, instead of going to file append, I can actually take this, drag and drop, and then boom, I have the BPS rig right inside my scene. I can actually select this, go to pose mode, and do whatnot. If I had set this to pack, then I wouldn't be able to enter the pose mode pretty easily, basically. So that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to show you how the pose library works on both rigs, so you can actually use it in your own animations. And I'm actually going to enable the screencast keys as well, so you can see what I'm clicking while I'm doing the stuff. So I'm going to select the Woodplank rig, click on Control Tab to go to pose mode. I'm going to click on this library and it switches to Woodplank pose library. Select this and let's go to body. Let's start with default poses. Again, I can actually click on the T pose, double click, and it will be applied pretty easily. So make sure you don't have any bones selected. Make sure you have everything deselected, double click, and then boom, it's going to be applied. We have A pose and we have the start pose, just in case you want your character to go back to default pretty quickly. If I go to the combat reactions, I can actually show you a pretty quick overview of what they do. We have arrested pose, X swing front, swing side, block punch, bow prepare. I can actually go through these and then check them for yourself. You can easily pose your characters with just a few clicks like this. You can actually apply the pose flipped as well. So if I select this punch straight, instead of the right arm, let's say I want my character to be punching with the left arm, I can actually right click, click on apply pose flipped, and there you go, it's going to be applied. I can do the same thing, for example, for the uppercut or any other pose. Right click, apply pose flipped, and that's pretty much it. Now, you'll notice that some of the previews have the weapons. This is just for the preview purposes. If you double click on the axe swing, you're not going to get the axe inside your scene. It's just going to apply the pose to your character. And I actually added this as a reference. So let's say you're animating a character holding a sword and shield. You can use this as a reference to know where to place the shield and sword so that you can have an easier time while animating or posing your characters for your projects. So that's for the reactions. We can go to expressions. We have some pretty fun, expressive movements. We have investigating, holding torch, air guitar, chest grab, chest open, chilling, dancing, just a lot of poses which you can go through, which will allow you to save a lot of time. Now if I go to the movement and parkour, we have a lot of poses as well. Slide under, sleeping, carrying something, carrying a heavy object, climbing the ladder, fall, lay on back, lay on face, happy jump, jump prepare, and whatnot. Basically you can go through and have fun with them. Now if I go to face, what I want to do is, instead of just having the character like this, I'm going to go to body, default, click on the start pose, and then have the character go back to the start pose like so. Now I'm going to actually zoom in, zoom my view over here, and I'm going to go to face, and then let's go to the expressions. First, we have the default, obviously. If you want to go back to default, we have an angry pose, bored. I'm going to toggle overlays off so you can see it better. Angry, bored, confused, disgusted, embarrassed, excited, happy, proud, rolling eyes, which are basically bored or annoyed, sad, scared, shy, silly, smile, surprised, thinking, and then wink. And you're going to get the same thing pretty much for the BPS. Let's say if I want to go back to default, I can double click on the default pose and it's going to go back to default. And same thing for the phonemes. You can actually click on lip sync phonemes and have a character talk based on the audio and based on what they are saying. So I'm going to click on these phonemes and go through them. And now I'm going to show you some of the poses which I set for the fingers. So if I click on fingers, what we need to do is, let's say I want to have the call. If I double click on this, it's not going to work. So what I want to do is make sure I'm inside the pose mode, Control Tab, then select the gear icon for the Woodplank rig, click on N, then click on item, and then expand the properties. And if I scroll down, I can enable fingers like so. And the way I know the fingers are enabled is I'm going to see a bunch of bones here. Now what we want to do is you can either select this and then manually pose your fingers like so, which takes some time. But if you have this library, you can actually double click on a pose and apply the pose pretty easily like so. If you want to apply the entire pose, make sure you don't have any bones selected, because if you do, it's only going to apply the poses for the bones which you have selected. So I'm going to deselect everything by pressing Alt-A. And I'm going to press on this call, and you can see we have this call. To show you the poses better, I'm actually going to move the arm sideways like so. And I'm also going to toggle overlays off like this. So now we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 poses. We also have 5 fingers pointing at something, relaxed fingers, stretched fingers, OK sign, like so, peace sign with 2 fingers, rock sign, and then the thumbs up. If I want to apply the pose to the left hand, I can right click, click on apply pose flipped, and now it's going to be applied to the left hand as well, like this. If I want to go back to default, again, click on fist close. And if you want to make your body go back to default, just click on start pose, and that's pretty much it. Now let's go to thumbnail poses. So if you want to quickly create your thumbnail PNGs, try with transparent backgrounds, or maybe you want to create a full thumbnail in Blender. So before I showed you only the body poses and the facial poses, but if you go to thumbnail, you're going to be able to do both at the same time. So if I click on confident folding arms, you can see the character is going to be smiling and folding arms. We can do the happy wave. You have the looking on the side with a curious face. You have the looking up surprised. You have the looking up with no face. You can actually remove the skin from the character and then basically change the skin which has like flat pixelated eyes. I'm going to show you how to do it as well. We have the pointing with no fingers, and then we have pointing with fingers. And then we also have this thinking thumbnail. So if you want your character to be stuck like this, you can do it. But if you want to remove the finger and then make the character go back to the fist pose, you can actually go to the fingers and then click on fist closed. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy. If you want to remove the fingers entirely, again, click on this gear icon, click on fingers. And now you can see the fingers are no longer enabled. One important thing I want to show you as well is how to search for a pose. So let's say I have a lot of poses and I don't want to navigate it manually. I can actually search for example, a walk cycle. And I can see the walk cycle will be visible and you can apply it to a character pretty easily. You can do the same thing for other keywords like sword, for example. We have sword swing, back, forward, on shoulder, or holding it and whatnot. Now let me show you a few differences. So if I select the BPS trig and go, I told you that we don't have any poses for the fingers. So I'm going to click here, BPS trig. And if I go to the thumbnail poses, you can see the pointing with fingers is missing, but that's actually for a good reason because we have no fingers. But again, if I select these, they're going to do pretty much the same thing like so. As you can see, it's pretty easy. One quick example I want to show you is how to quickly create animations with the pose library. So I'm going to go here and say, let's see this icon, click this, drag it up, and then switch this to a timeline. Make sure you have the auto keyframing enabled. Let's actually go to the dope sheet for now. Click on this button right here, drag it up, and then go to keying, and then set this to location and rotation. You don't have to follow along with this. I'm just going to demonstrate why the pose library is very powerful to quickly create the animations. I'm actually going to make the BPS character disappear for now. Now I'm going to go to the start frame, frame 0. Let's go back to the Woodplank library. Let's expand this, go to body, and let's make the character go back to the start pose, and then do the same thing for the face, like this. Now, what I want to do is add a quick walk cycle. So what we can do is actually go to the body, go to the movement and parkour because walk cycle is in the movement, and go all the way down and select the walk cycle. So I'm going to double click on the walk cycle, and as you can see, the pose is going to be applied instantly. Now, what I want to do is set a keyframe for the walk cycle bones. So I'm going to right click on the bone, click on select pose bones, and now it's going to select all the bones which are set for the walk cycle. So all the body bones. I'm going to click on I, or I can actually press on K, and then click on location and rotation. But since I have auto keyframing enabled, they're going to be set automatically. And now I want to add the up pose. So let's go forward on like frame 10, for example, and then click on walk cycle middle. So if I play the animation, you can see we have this small short walk cycle animation. Now I can go to frame 20, for example, and then instead of applying the walk cycle right away, I can right click and then click on apply pose flipped, like so. And as you can see, we have this one step animation. Now I can go to frame 30. And instead of just applying the walk cycle middle, I can right click on this and then click on apply pose flipped. And now it will be applied. Now I can take the first keyframe, frame 0, shift T and duplicate this onto frame 40 like so. Now if I play the animation, you can see we have this quick walk cycle with just a few clicks instead of just manually animating. And you can actually go in the middle and then in the in-between pose to make the animation much smoother. But you can see it's a pretty cool starting point. And let's say for some reason I want the character to do a superhero landing. I can actually double click on this and it's going to do the superhero landing. Let's say I want the character to slide under a block. I can do that with just a few clicks. Then for some reason I want the character to start sleeping. Again, you get the idea. I can switch between the poses pretty easy and pretty fast using the pose library, which is why it's very, very powerful. And you can create a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Basically, I'm just doing this for demonstration, but in a more realistic scenario, it's going to allow you to create animations a lot faster. So be sure to download this, have fun, experiment with it, and then once you play around for like 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to realize how powerful it is and how much time it's going to save you, basically. If you have any questions, if you see there are some issues or bugs and something you're not able to do, then be sure to send me a message or leave a comment under one of my videos, or you can join my Discord and send a message there as well. Alright, thanks for watching the video. I would also like to thank my patrons as well. Your support means a lot to me and it allows me to create these videos full time, and your help is very, very appreciated. If you want to support the channel and become a patron and get some cool rewards, then you can check out the description for that. Alright, thanks for watching and see you next time.